Okay, I got a request from a YouTube subscriber to do a video analysis on Gerd Kanter. So I've put together some different views of his throws and just going to go through those. Here's one from the 12 o'clock view. Just kind of point out some of the things I'm seeing, whether it's what he intends or not. It's just my opinion. He's got a very wide stance here. You can see from where he's starting. His feet are way outside of his hips. Very wide. Watch as he comes down. He's got a little bit of a shift here as he comes over with the armpit pretty much in line with the foot and the knee outside of it. But the shin here, as you can see, is almost vertical. You see that with most of the throwers. The left knee and the left arm are kind of moving together. He's not throwing the left arm out ahead. You can see him really sink down there. You can see this red line up here, part of the stadium where his head is at right now. You can watch him sink down here. I bring that up because he's going to come back up again. He stops his left foot here, the same direction he's pointing. You can see like the right sector line. So the intent there is to have his left foot stop here, and then the right comes around, and in between, in the middle, you get kind of the reactions. Rather than going either to the right or to the left, he ends up going down the middle. But we'll see that doesn't quite happen in this throw. You also see here he's got his right leg straight at this point. The foot's about, I'm going to say, probably 11 o'clock. And in the next frame, you see the knee bend immediately. He's got his foot outward, kind of. He's kicking in like a soccer kick, but he's got this shorter radius here on this leg because he's bent the knee already. Usually, I see the knee bend, the leg becomes bent a little bit later on, but for him, he bends it quite early. You can see he still has the left leg block. What I see happen when people block this left foot like this is they tend to rise up. Now you see where his head is, where he had dropped down below this red stadium marker here. Now watch how he comes up a little bit. Yeah, I can see right here. Now his head is up. Even though he's leaning in this way, if he was vertical, his head would be above this line, I think. But again, I think that's... I just see that when I see people block this foot. They it jams them up, so they end up having to straighten this leg, and they come upward. But another thing with Gerd Kanter is he gets both feet way up in the air. So he has quite a bit of a flight phase and height. Okay. See, even though he started out with his feet a little bit offset from here's the center line right here. His feet are a little bit off to the from this view to his left, but then when he lands, his foot lands. You see that little dot in the middle? That's the center, that black spot right here. See, he lands actually past it, so he goes quite a bit to the left. He's almost doing this reverse 7 that you used to hear about. And a lot of times the left foot would land in line with this left sector line or inside of it, but he lands his left foot way past it, so he's got quite a wide stance here. Here you can see his both feet are on the ground here. This right foot's vertical, right knee's bent. You see how he turns his head? It's kind of on an axis here. He doesn't turn his face upward or bend his neck back and look up until after he releases. See how he rotates his head to the left? You can still see his face. Discus at this point still in his hand. The right foot's off the ground. I'm not sure, but I think the left foot is off the ground at this point too. And here he's released it. You can see how his knee is bent inward around that left side block. His right heel is kicked outward. So everything's rotating around that left side. And his right foot replaced where his left foot was. But you see how his head now is looking straight up. Let's watch how his face, watch his face is looking to the left now as he releases, then it goes up. And he ends up way on the left side of the circle there. Okay, and here's a view from the 6 o'clock position. Again, he has the wide stance, feet way outside the hips. Horizontal left arm, then he shifts a little bit. There's the left armpit right over the foot. Again, the vertical left shin. He sinks way down. Right here is his right leg, sweep leg is straight. And the next frame, again, his foot is back here in like the 11 o'clock position. He start the bend early at this point. I don't know if that's probably because he's 6'5" and he needs to, he can't come around with too wide of a leg. If he needs to cut across a little bit more. There he has the left foot again stopped, facing down the right sector line. Then you see how the left leg, see it's bent right here, and the knee is dropped down, the left knee. And you see how he extends that upward. See, now it's looks like it's completely vertical. You can see it in his head again here. See how his you've got this railing here. His head's about eye like height right here is at the railing. And watch how he comes up. He's from this railing you see how high he's gotten into the air. Now he is in his flight phase too. So right here he's still on the ground. You can see his entire his chin. I guess his entire head is above this railing. So you can see how much he's risen up. Again, that could be because he's so tall and he needs to rotate into the middle rather than keep driving forward. Okay, so he lands, his right foot lands at facing 9 o'clock. And then he just rotates. This position here, you can see his hips are facing 12 o'clock, right foot's 12 o'clock, left foot's facing right to throwing direction at 6. His shoulders, he's got the left shoulder facing 12. Discus is up here at 6, a high point. Got his chest facing to 3 o'clock to the right here. So he's got maximum separation. Looks like his knee's landing, it's outside of his right foot here a little bit. I don't know how that's going to affect his rotation. Usually I like to see the knee right on top of the foot and rotate together. Okay, now he's got the left toes down. He's got his knee opened up to the front. It's facing about, say, 7 o'clock. So this is his saddle or cowboy position. So having his knee opened up out here allows his hips to be open and his chest and shoulders can be facing back more. Now let's watch this left heel come down. And you saw the right heel go up. Let's take a look at that again. Just repeating it. So now he starts driving that right hip forward. Still got the left foot blocked here. He's driving that right hip in front of the left hip. And he's driving it forward and now around just as he releases. You can see the right hip is ahead, the knee and the foot. Knees turned in, the foot's rotated. He's got a little bit of a lean out here, increasing his radius to the right, his right. You can see how his face is turning. Here it's not looking up. He's rotating everything into the throw. He keeps going. And you see here this head turns upward. Not sure of the benefit of it, but that's what his style is. Probably helps him to stay balanced and stay in bounds. All right, yeah, this is a little bit from the 6 o'clock, but a little bit more to the side, so you can see more of the right leg when it straightens. Goes from a straight to a bend. So here it's straight, here he's starting to bend it. He's starting to sweep, you see, like a soccer style at the inside of the foot, the toes up. There's the high point, the discus. Here you can see the saddle position. Knee and foot open, more to the throwing section opened up. Gets his hips into the more open position. Getting that separation. They're getting the hips ahead of the chest and shoulders. Yeah, he maintains that left foot down as he rotates the right side around it, drives around, and there's the release. Now here's a shot right from the side. Got the horizontal arm. Really drops that knee down. You can watch his head come down. And then the left knee is still bent. His right leg is straight. And right here, I can't really see it, but you can see the side of his foot he's using as he drives it. Keeps that the toe up. Uses the inside of the foot, so the inside of the thigh also as he drives around. And then he bends it right here. Let's see if we can see his head come down and then back up as he straightens. Yeah, there you can see the left leg straighten up. His head is risen now. So he's got he's here in the sprinter position here. Drive it into the circle. Just, yeah, right here you can see the heel is down on the left foot. Watch how he pushes off. The heel is totally vertical. That should keep his knee down. You can see it's bent here. It was straight, this leg. And by lifting that heel up, the left heel, it pushes this knee down. Keeps it low. Yeah, see it? He really doesn't have a wrap where he takes that left arm and pulls it back. He just kind of slows it down a little bit right here. And right here, you can see this angle that he has, matching his shin angle here. Discus is high, left arm's down. He's looking down. Maximum separation. His chest is facing out 6 o'clock. Hips are facing 12. Comes with that wide left arm, which slows down the rotation of the upper body. Yeah, here you can see the saddle position again. Both feet facing outward. His head is outside of his knee and his foot. Discus is back here. He's still got this angle between his foot and his head. You're gonna see later, he's gonna rotate right around there. At this point, I think his head to his foot, if he drew a straight line there, you see he doesn't move any, his upper body's not moving forward. He's rotating along this line, this axis, all the way through. So you see 3-4 frames. He's not thinking about driving his upper body forward. He's rotating. He's keeping his body back. This bent right leg is allowing him to maintain this angle backwards. Both feet are still on the ground. And you can see how he rotates and along that axis right around very fast. Okay, let's take a look from the front here. You see how he bends that right leg very early. Just about the 11 o'clock position. By the time he gets to 10, he's already got it bent and curving inward. So it's not really wide out here. And then we have one view from the other side, from the 3 o'clock position. Okay, his left knee is stopped here. He's got the foot facing down the right sector line. Right leg is straight. So you see this long position here. His left hip is just slight, or his left shoulder is just ahead of his left hip. Knee is down. He's starting to sweep that leg. I can't really see where it bends, but you can see the inside of the foot here. It's what's leading the throw, or leading the sweep leg, so he's coming around. There's his sprint position. Very high. He's got both feet off the ground now. So you can see how he gets that foot vertical on the left foot here. That left heel vertical on the left foot. So he's got, that drives the knee downward. Very high. flight phase, both feet up in the air, so you can rotate that lower body. So when his right foot lands right here, left foot's at about 9 o'clock. You can watch his left arm. You can see there's no wrap. Just simply brings it all the way to 12 o'clock and then continues around. I see Daniel Stahl do the same thing, except when Daniel Stahl's hips get to 12, he's lost a little bit of his separation, I think. His shoulders would be, and his left arm will be a little bit more toward 11, not 12 like Gerd Kanter has here. Okay. Last thing I wanted to show was where Valerie Allman bends her right leg. She'll keep the right leg straight until the foot is the knee is past the hip or in front of the hip. The foot is ahead of the knee, and it's still straight. It's probably because she's not as tall. I'm gonna guess. I don't really know. Here she's starting to bend right here, so she's kicked it forward and now she bends. So she might need to do that to get to the center. Maybe you have to keep that leg longer. And sprinting, that would be called casting, where you're bringing the foot out ahead of the knee. And then she rotates here. So quite a bit of difference in between Gerd Kanter and Valerie Allman, how they use that right leg sweep. You can see she keeps it out straight much longer. Kicks it actually into the circle more rather than bringing it around first. And then they shorten it. And then you'll watch her on this same line between her head and her left foot. When the left foot lands, she'll rotate around this axis right here without driving the upper body forward. Right here you can see her holding that position, keeping back, keeping back. Same bent right leg. She also she looks up a little bit sooner into the throw. She has her head leaning way back. She's looking straight up here at this point. Younger throwers, I tell them to, watch the discus or watch it at least as you release it, and then keep going. You don't want to keep your eyes constantly moving around, but kind of know where you're throwing it. But these more experienced throwers, they don't even see where it's going. They already know. Okay, so that's what I had for a video analysis of Gerd Kanter. And if there's any other requests for any video analysis, just let me know, and I'll try to work one in here if I can find any videos. Right? Thanks.